Hello everyone, and today I'm doing my favorite and least favorite of a director. This isn't gonna be like a writing series or anything. Well, actually maybe. But for me, I'm doing my favorite and least favorite of a certain director, and that is Spielberg. Now for me, Spielberg is one of my three favorite directors of all time. My two other favorite directors is Alfred Hitchcock and Peter Jackson. And I love those two directors so much too, and they're just absolutely phenomenal directors. But for today, I'm doing my favorite and least favorite of Spielberg. Now, of course, Spielberg has made a lot of great films, and he's made a lot. I would say a lot, but he has made some disappointing films. Yeah, I'm trying to forget about Indiana Jones 4. Well, I don't hate it as much as everyone else does. But, basically, I'm just saying straight up, your favorite, maybe my least favorite, my favorite, maybe your least favorite opinion is completely 100% valid for this type of audience here. And I'm just saying, opinions is very, very optional. And in the end, your opinion may be different. It probably is different. So if you see a film like, hey, why don't you feature that your number one, and why don't you feature that your least favorite, don't worry, this is my personal list. And it's probably going to be much more different than anyone else's on the internet. And if you may love or hate these movies, that doesn't matter. We all love Spielberg. But here you are. I'm sorry about the background noise. If it's going to happen, there's some idiot on a motorcycle that's taking around the neighborhood. But I'm gonna give you my top 5 favorite Spielberg movies. And number 5. Now here's some honorable mentions before I get to my top 5. Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Schindler's List, War Horse, The Adventures of Tintin, and Close Encounters of the Third Kind. I love those films. Those are really, really great. But not for my top 5, really. But there's another list. Let's get into my top 5. Number 5, Lincoln. When this film came out in 2012, everyone was just like, okay, this is the movie for the awards. Like, we saw how wonderful it was, and we knew how critically acclaimed it was going to be. All around, this film was just deeply amazing. The cast was great. The writing and the scripts and the dialogue was just so frontal and so direct that it seemed like you were really listening to Abraham Lincoln speak to the audience, like about his life. And that's because everyone seemed so dedicated and focused to this character biography. And of course, like, the cast is excellent. Like, Sally Field is great. Tommy Lee Jones is wonderful. Joseph Gordon-Levitt is excellent. And of course, Daniel Day-Lewis is phenomenal as Abraham Lincoln. And in my opinion, I think that is one of the best performances of the newest decade. Like, of the 2010s, like, that is probably one of the top 3 best performances. Like, oh my God, it's absolutely phenomenal. And it's just absolutely amazingly great to watch. And whenever you've seen speak, it's just like, wow. I'm really seeing a man who put so much effort in becoming this character. And that's because Daniel Day-Lewis, when he was doing the movie, he took a whole year to truly get into the character of Abraham Lincoln. And when you see him on the film, when you get the DVD, they put it into your thing and you watch it on the television, you're just like, holy shit, he just became Abraham Lincoln. It's just like phenomenal when you watch him. There's just a care and a love and a passionate side to him that you see in that film. And of course, the writing is excellent. You have to be deeply into politics and deeply into very, very profound and direct and very, very frontal dialogue in that film. Like, it's not really witty or anything. Like, it's very, very direct and very frontal type of dialogue, and yet it seems so flowing and it seems so narrative, and it seems like there's such a clear narrative for that type of dialogue in the film because it's so well needed at that time in history. The only reason, in my opinion, was why Lincoln is any higher is because it loses points for not always sticking to the traditional Spielberg route, like having a bit of a lighthearted action feel to it. Even though there is at times that you would see glimpses of the Civil War moments, I'm like, cool, can we concentrate on that? No, more politics. I'm like, damn it. So for me, he kind of loses points for not being 100%. It's not. It's probably the most non-Spielberg-y type of film for him. But I can't. But I still love the film. It's phenomenal, and that's why it's starting off at my number 5. At number 4, I'm ready for it, and it is Jaws. Jaws is a phenomenal film. The writing, the directing, the feel of the film, it's very, very frontal and very direct. The story is very, very simple and forward. Like, a shark terrorizes a beach, and Warshadow's character just goes out and he basically tries to take down with the shark with a few people who are like experts on the shark, and basically it's just, I love the story. It's just so classic and so 100% real, and it started off the real summer blockbuster feeling for other films that exist onto today, which is just amazing. We owe so much to Jaws. And it also created such a huge fear of sharks, and so many people have good reasons to be afraid of sharks of the film too. Like, and also the feel of the directing. Like, there's shots where you see like a weird kind of vibe when you see War Shadows. Like when you see him, like when he's afraid of someone getting to the water, and the camera we can do like a real weird zoom in like that. That's amazing. That it really makes you feel like the real danger and the real horrific nature of the film. And yet this film also seems so inviting. Like, come on, you want to go to the beach, you want to have a nice time, you have a good swim until a shark comes off and bites your legs. And it's like, it shows this how clever simplicity can go so far with certain things. And of course the practical effects, in my opinion, still stand up. Okay, on a shark it looks a little fake, but on a boat and so many other shots in the film are just absolutely amazing to look at. They are just great, and I love it. The performances by Roy Scheider and I'm trying to look it up here. Here by Roy Scheider and Robert Shaw and Richard Dreyfuss are absolutely amazing. Now, of course, according to the rule of Jaws, none of the sequels hold out. I personally think all the sequels are shit. And of course, it kind of like created both the summer blockbuster genre, well, I won't say genre, but the summer blockbuster feel for other films. And it just instantly just kicked off this whole film field of shark-oriented films. And there's just been like a shitload of those over the last like 10 or 15 or 30 years, thanks to Jaws. Like, thanks to Jaws, you created so much crappy movies, but you really did start off something phenomenal. And also the music and the feel of the cinematography in the film is just amazing to watch. The music is classic. It's so classic. When you hear that, it's like you know when the shark is coming, and it really puts you in the spotlight. Oh my god, and you really feel for the characters, what they go through. And there's a point in this film where it's like, oh my gosh, this character was killed, but like, okay, like there's I'm not giving a spoiler or anything, but there's like in the movie there's a scene with a kid getting killed by a shark, and it's very, very heartbreaking, and it's very, very sad and emotional, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like it really puts you in, like you really want to avenge these people for what this horrible shark has done. And in the end, there's that final climax with that smile you son of a, and it's just absolutely fantastic film. It's so quotable and it's so famous. Everyone loves Jaws, and so do I. And that's why for me is at my number 4. And number 3, just the first. The other two do not hold up. What, in my opinion, about Jurassic Park, my number 3 for me is because I grew up loving dinosaurs. The whole feel and the whole awe and the wonder and the beauty and the beautiful feel of Jurassic Park is absolutely amazing for me. The characters are great and they're classic and I love them. Like Jeff Goldblum, Richard Attenborough, Sam Neill, the girlfriend's name, the main woman in the film, I forgot the actor's name. Actually, I have it up, so don't worry. And it is Laura Dern. That's it. And of course, like, it just seems so beautiful and so natural at times. Like, there's moments when this film really just generally lets you breathe and it really makes you feel like, wow. It's like a real behemoth. It has this real unbelievable size and real fear for itself. Like, you know in the beginning, it's a doomed place. You know what's going to happen at some point. The dinosaurs are going to break out. And for me, someone like me, I love dinosaurs. Like, as a kid, when I was younger, I was a complete aficionado of dinosaurs. And thanks to Jurassic Park and The Land Before Time, they started my love for dinosaurs in a way. Like, Jurassic Park and Terminator 2 were like the two of the best CG films of the time. It's like, and like the effects are just excellent. The characters are wonderful. The story is classic. It's like the classic man versus nature thing, and what you can and cannot control, and the role of playing God is just absolutely amazing. To put to such a great and directional attack view in this film is just amazing to behold. And of course, the effects. The effects are unreal. They are phenomenal. When you look back at this film, it's like, it's 20 years old, man. It's 20 years old. And they still look up. And they still look amazing. Like, seriously, there's no real description of view of dinosaurs. Like, they're not supposed to be whimsical or threatening. Actually, that kind of depends. But it shows this beautiful imagery and a real behemoth and the size of whenever you see these dinosaurs. Like, how can we not forget that moment when we saw that Brachiosaurus in the beginning? How can we not forget that dinosaur chase? How can we not forget the raptors in the kitchen? Like, man, were those moments amazing. And it seems like it's such a fun, iconic movie. And of course, I actually was just looking at it today, and the actor Richard Attenborough actually just died at 9 years old, and that's very, very sad. That's a phenomenal actor. And for me, Jurassic Park is one of my, if I would say it, it's probably my top 30 favorite movies of all time. Not top 20, not top 10, but probably a top 30 for me. And it's just a genuine, beautiful, just incredible film that I just love. What can I say? And it's also based off the book by Michael Crichton and David Koepp. And truth be told, the kids in this movie, in Jurassic Park, weren't that great. Like, oh my god, like, that scene in Jurassic Park, like, this is just, to me, one of those films where I can just totally geek out at. Like, I can just say, wow, do you remember that scene? And it's like one of those really amazing, nostalgic movies that truly does stand up today. It's just like, wow, god damn. Jurassic Park, I love you. And thank you for creating one of the funnest and most coolest movies, in my opinion, of all time. And I mean, and I'm saying, I just love it, love it, love it. Thank you, Steven Spielberg, for making Jurassic Park. Number 2 for me is going to be Raiders of the Lost Ark. Now for me, I'm very mixed on the Indiana Jones franchise. The first two, Last Crusade, well actually no, Raiders is definitely my favorite, the Indiana Jones. Like, I'll just quickly talk about the other Indiana Jones films in my opinion. Last Crusade, I really love. That's a great movie. That was in my honorable mentions. Temple of Doom isn't that great. It has some good things in it, but not really. And the fourth one, they came out in 2007 or 2008. I don't like it, but I don't hate it either. I know my feeling for that film is very, very weird, but I don't love it, but I don't like it, but I don't really generally hate it. But man, it was just a phenomenal start to this series. The way this film feels, just feels like a completely fun, 100% laid back B movie, but then it takes itself so amazingly great. Like, Harrison Ford is just acting the hell out of this performance of Indiana Jones. It's just amazing to watch. The choreography, the set design, the production design, the actors are just unbelievable to watch. And of course, like, the theme of Indiana Jones is just amazing here. That's one. Raiders is in my top 20 favorite movies of all time for a reason. It's just, to me, it's just a total nostalgic, fun, good, feel-good movie to me, and I can watch it whenever I want. To me, it's just one of those just well-rounded movies. They're absolutely phenomenal for what it is. And other actors like John Rhys Davies and that character, oh my god, I think no one can remember this character's name, but the character in the black costume, who was that person? He was so weird. He was just so weird, and I just love Raiders of the Lost Ark. It's just a fun, classic movie, and seriously, it's just one of Spielberg's best. It's just totally fun. And there's such a cool, unique authenticity to Indiana Jones himself as a character. He's an archaeologist, or however the hell you pronounce that. But for me, that really comes through with just a wonderful character, a feel-good movie, 100% real authenticity with just so much sweat and tears put into the film. And in the end, I just love Raiders of the Lost Ark, with being my second favorite Spielberg movie. And now, my number 1 favorite Spielberg movie is... That was scrappy, I know, but... Saving Private Ryan. Now, to me, personally, this film is my trauma of film. This is one of the most hard to watch, one of the most gruesome, one of the most horrid, one of the most enticing and gripping, and one of the most mentally hard to watch films of all time. The first 15 or 20 minutes of the film, phenomenal. The directing, profoundly amazing. The acting, fantastic. Like, Edward Burns is great. Tom Sizemore, Matt Damon, they're all really great. And Tom Hanks is absolutely fantastic in this role. And of course, we have other actors in this movie. Like, you see Vin Diesel and Bryan Cranston. Like, everyone in this movie is just absolutely amazing to watch. And it's just, to me, it really perfectly summarizes every single action and war movie ever made. What is truly put you to the test? Your faith, put into battle, your hopes, your dreams, your ideas of perseverance, your down look of failure, the feeling of war and how you are changed afterwards and how you view it before and after you're going into war. And to me, it's like the ultimate war film. It is one of the best movies of my of all time, in my opinion. Like a genuine, for me, top 10. The music is phenomenal, and whenever I watch this film all the way through, it truly gets to me. And I may even end up crying in the end. It's just a monumentally beautiful film. And it truly has everything you need in a war film. There's sacrifice, there's hope, there's fear, there's death, and there's risks. But above all things, it's about honor and loyalty. And the makers of this film, everyone in this film went through so much to make this film Spielberg's best, well, in my opinion, his best. And especially during a film that was about a certain time in history that was so horrible to imagine. This complete war of people dying, and it's something you should not disrespect. It's something we should all give a sense about. And it's a real, genuine beauty. It's both very, very beautiful and very, very horrific. It doesn't glamify war. It doesn't demonize war. It shows war as it is. It's gritty. It's downish. It's very, very realistic, and it's probably, in my view, the greatest war film ever made, and in my opinion, the greatest Spielberg movie ever made, and one of my personal favorite movies of all time, Saving Private Ryan. It's a film that changed my life. About war, about sacrifice, about faith, and above all things, all about survival and perseverance. And to me, that is absolutely amazing. And big message I want to say to Steven Spielberg is thank you for making such beautiful and authentic films. I'm truly very, very happy to own 3 of my favorite films of yours. Well, my number 3. Well, my number 2 I don't own, but I'm so respectable and I'm so thankful for everything Spielberg has ever done. By the way, where's the new Tintin? I want to see that happen. And in the end, I just want to say thank you to Steven Spielberg, one of the, if not the greatest director alive. He truly is the greatest director alive, in my opinion. And everyone, thank you for watching this video. I hope you like this in consideration of what you think of Spielberg, what's your favorite, and what's your least favorite. Which leads me to my new segment of this video, and that is my least favorites. And some people are going to not like this section, because my number 1 is a lot of people's favorites. Okay, my 3 least favorites. My third least favorite is AI, because this movie was just like, it was supposed to be Stanley Kubrick's Pinocchio, but Spielberg was like, no, as soon as he dies, I will take care of it and I'll make it to a film. And it's just this overly glamorized, totally, like, has no, to me it seems like a film that has no spine. It feels like it has no real sense of care or anything. Well, it does, but it's like, there's certain points where it shows such a good promise and good acting. At times, like Haley Joel Osment is not bad, and Jude Law I like in the film. But there's a sense, like, to me, that this film was just didn't, in the end, it seemed like a failed experiment, and there's nothing more that I can say, but I just don't like AI. And number 2 is War of the Worlds. Now, to me, I didn't even I personally don't even like. Well, I wouldn't say I don't like, but I don't even care about the original War of the Worlds movie. But this one is just really, really dull. The alien design is bad. The whole story for itself is really, really dull and boring, and it seems like no real threat is happening because there's no real decent characters. Like Tom Cruise is okay, but all the other characters are just totally unlikable and totally like there's bad people around or just really, really annoying, and you want them to die. And of course, the alien design is just so lame. And of course, the big wrap up in the end is just so sappy. You just only got the film. Are you even trying to be genuine? Because sappiness and genuineness there is a fine line between those two. And Spielberg just said, and then let's just be silly. I'm just like, no, that was bad. And my least favorite Spielberg movie, in my opinion, is E.T. Yeah, take that into consideration for a moment. For me, no. I think the practical work and some of the moments in the film, I'm like, yeah, that's quite intimate and that's quite nice. But most of the time, it's like, no, this film is just boring. I don't care for any of these characters. I don't even like the characters. Some of the kid actors, in my opinion, were just absolutely just dreadful to watch, and it just seems so awkward and just odd all around. And the writing at times was just, I'm like, who the fuck wrote this? Like, I understand trying to be realistic of what these people would say at these certain ages. Who the hell is this type of dialogue at times is really, really weird and just odd. And I found just, in the end, I'm just like, I don't mind sappy, under-time films, but to me, it's like, oh my God, like, just, no. I really just did not even give a shit all around for E.T. To me, that's like I'm not saying it's a bad film. If anything, it's not the worst I've ever seen. But to me, it was like the number one Steven Spielberg movie for me where I was like, I don't even care at all what happens. The characters are lame, the story is dull, the performances are boring, and of course, in the end, it's so small. And just want to punch in the face. I'm like, quit it. It's a fucking alien, for God's sake. And in the end, I'm just like, you know what? Whatever. If you like that film, there's nothing wrong with you, but I don't like it. And in the end, that's film. Film is optional. Film is everything. You can like what everyone else does not like, and you can dislike what everyone else does like. And in the end, there's no real beneficial edge towards it, but it's just purely option and opinion. And in the end, that is film. So thank you for watching the video, everyone. I hope you take this video into consideration if you haven't seen any of these films before, and I would highly suggest Steven Spielberg's films for you. Well, pretty much for everyone. And thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Goodbye. And remember, stay strong. I'll see you in the next video. And again, I won't say again, but I'm sorry if this video is so long. And if you stick around to this part in the video, then I'm going to say thank you for sticking around for this long. And if you shut the video way before this point, well, that's your choice. I can't control you. So in the end, everyone, thank you for watching this video. And I'll see you in the next video, which will be out, which will be out sometime in the week. And until then, stay strong. See ya.